Aquarius, welcome back to my channel. I'm Delilah Rose. This is Delilah Spiritual Spot, coming with your weekly reading for July 5th to the 11th, 2021. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also hit the notification button so you can get free readings when I go live, free mini readings. My last life was pretty busy. Aquarius, your intuition. I love that they have this scrying mirror here, because maybe that's something you need to look into, like gazing, to figure out what your intuition is telling you. This goes great in concert with this intuition card, this discontent and boredom. I think overall you're just feeling at a loss. You don't know what direction you need to go into, and you're emotionally spent, represented here by that green color. Yeah, just a lot of heartache and pain, and I think you're stuck in how to move forward on with your life. At the bottom here you have spiritual strength. I'm going to whip that out. I don't always look at the bottom of this deck, but I needed to. We're going to take this card out too, because you're suffering in silence. Double 9. But help is on the way. Spiritual help is on the way. You just have to have faith. Listen to that intuition to get out of that funk. 6 cards on the table. This is my Psychic Tarot. I can do the reading with just these cards. You have subconscious, conscious, and advice from Spirit, and then I'll clarify with my other deck here. So Psychic Tarot, Star Child Tarot, and Star Spinner Tarot. Now that is too many. There's a lot happening with you energetically at this time. So that means our mind is kerfuffled, confusion. I was trying to hear the word being whispered by my guides. Confusion. Okay, let's do this. Aquarius. Okay, can we loosen up here? Thank you. Understanding that you are a starseed. You know, you do have these pings of intuition. You know, I feel like you are not trusting yourself at this time. I'm also feeling a great heaviness on my shoulders. So there's a burden upon you right now, Aquarius. Which is, you know, you really do need to rely on your spiritual strength, because that feeling of being lost and feeling like you have a lot of weight on your shoulders is causing you a lot of migraines and headaches, because I'm starting to get that. Yeah, there's just a lot going on with you mentally that we need to figure out here. You have the 7 of Cups here, so there's a lot of choices to be made. Here's the confusion I was talking about. A lot of emotional choices that you may not be prepared for, to be quite frank with you. You have the Empress card here in your outcome slash advice from Spirit. Here's the Tower moment. This is what I was talking about. Kerfuffle, confusion, hard choices. You're having a Tower moment right here, but this Tower moment is happening to you spiritually as well. And this is why you need to rely on your spiritual strength at this time. Most of all, you have the 8 of Wands here, clarifying that 7 of Cups. You have the Page of Swords, clarifying the Empress, and I have to draw that card out. You have the 7 of Swords as well. You have the 10 of Pentacles, or the 10 of Crystals on the bottom, meaning that you can start a new foundation for yourself. You just have to have faith. And I know that's cliche, but truly the only thing we have is our faith, right? And we cannot be so gentle in that. We cannot let someone else snatch our faith away, because ultimately that's the only thing we have. That's the only thing we can control. In our subconscious mind here, you are being guided, you are being pushed. You're kind of denying that because we have this Tower card here. So you're not trusting your own instinct. You're living in a state of flux in terms of your faith, your stability. because you have been suffering in silence, which means that you also need to speak up. That's why the card is blue, is communication. You don't need to suffer in silence. Use your intuition to know who to trust. If you are truly having an issue with your own intuition, talk to a therapist. Talk to a neutral. That way you get an opinion that's not affiliated with anything you're going through here. You have a lot of emotional choices to make here, represented by that Seven of Cups, and it's releasing people who zap your emotional energy, right? Because that is what's rocking the boat in terms of your faith. You have the Eight of Wands here, and that Eight of Wands is there's going to be some news coming. There's going to be an opening, a gateway, but you have to recognize it. You have to have faith is coming. You have to have the faith to see the sign, right? You are getting a sign. In the conscious waking spirit, walk through the door. In your advice / outcome, you have the Empress card, right? Empress card is creation. It's abundance. It's being fertile, but for you it's being fertile in spirit, right? But again, you have to know that. You have to be confident in that. You know, we do have the Page of Swords here and the Seven of Swords. So here's that confusion again, right? Represented here. So as long as you are the Page of Swords, you're going after what it is you want, what makes you happy, then you can defeat this Seven of Swords. When I look at this Seven of Swords, it's about running away. It's about betrayal. It's about feeling at a loss. And I think if you can get out of that by using your faith, you're going to come out so spiritually solid and strong, knowing what direction to go into, knowing what to put your energies into. Yeah, it's very important for you, your faith at this time. Because you know, you're wounded. You're wounded harshly. It has a lot to do with your mental status, because I'm focusing on that dot, not his third eye, right? Because normally it means the third eye, but for here, when I look at that, it's like wounded mentally, like a bullet hole. And I know that's a harsh depiction, but you know, again, your third eye is open. You just have to trust your messages. You have the Five of Cups here. Here we go. Here's that loss. Here's that grief, that feeling unloved, that feeling of being not in balance, you know, mentally and emotionally for you. You do have the King of Coins here. You know, look to someone who's solid, someone who is grounded, someone who maybe shares some of the same interest and or has some of the same faith that you subscribe to. You have the Ten of Coins here, right? What's happening is you're going to be able to, when you make the right decisions, when you make it in faith, using your intuition, you're going to have a lot of abundance that's going to create long-term happiness for yourself here. You have the Page of Wands, right? You're that new student, you know, who's still learning, starting again, with that fire and creativity and faith, just like a child, right? That's the instinct I'm getting, is to tell you, like, just like a blind faith as a baby. You have the Magician card. Ultimately, you are the master of your own fate. You have what it takes. You have everything, all of the elements. That is for you, Aquarius. I'm Delilah Rose, and this is Delilah's Spiritual Spot.